Hi, Asaf. Hi, Greet.
Hello.
Hi. Good that we can meet. I get quite some requests of people who want to know more about the We Have the Choice circle we organize on the Day of Human Rights, where we want really to create a space to stand still with what happens in the epicenter of the conflict of Gaza and Israel, and where you, Asaf, will be the special guest who will introduce us in the theme of the conflict, but really focused on what it does to us as human beings, with the central theme of how do we human? And this will be done through meditation and in a testimony of yourself. But we will all be invited to feel how it touches us in the space of a circle ritual by We Have the Choice. And Greet, you're the coordinator of this initiative, which exists already 7-8 years. So you're the best people to say a bit more about it. And maybe I would like to start with you, Asaf, because the reason why we're doing this is because the climate is so overwhelming, this war climate, with a lot of fear, unrest, and polarization. And you are living really in one of the epicenters of conflict with family and friends in Israel, but with people of both sides really near to you. You proposed to do the theme for the circle, the question, how do we human? So could you tell a little bit more about yourself and why this theme at this moment is so crucial for you?
It's a very trying time, very taxing and frightening time, and for me and for my family and friends and everybody around. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to bring up, it was that question of doing human. How do we human? How do we human is not English. There's something wrong about that, and because we often presume that human or humanity is a noun, is something stable. And yet it is during these crazy times where it becomes even clearer that being human or doing human is something that is forever changing. And the question of where are the edges of my humanity? Where do I stop being able to be human and I start projecting or dissociating, collapsing into fear or into anger? And it feels to me that right now the question of not how can other person become more human, not how can other side do that, but how can I human even more? How can I embrace the task of being here in a connected way, in an open way, in a hopeful way, is paramount to creating shift, because stories do not resolve conflict, but the capacity to be present to myself and then to the other can actually do that. So that's my fantasy.
Yeah, this, if I understand well, really turn on ourselves and not choosing solutions outside by creating stories, by trying to understand and finding solutions. Is that also what you mean?
Solutions, stories are important, history is important, context is important. Of course, knowing and being less ignorant about both sides, about the history and both sides, it doesn't matter if at the moment it's Israel and Palestine, it could be Ukraine and Russia, it can be many things. So understanding the background is crucial, but understanding historical context does not provide solutions. Solutions do not come from better ideas, because it's very patronizing. The idea that if the other side only understands the truth, then they will agree with me. Stories are always multifaceted. So yes, so the idea is, let's assume that there is no factual solution. There is no factual one person or one side to blame, and no factual one side or one person who is right. And so we are left with our humanity. And how do we human, and when do we not human, ourselves and the other? That's the question I would like to look at in myself and to invite others to do the same.
Here, thanks, Asaf. Great. We are doing this in a space of circle ritual of We Have the Choice. Why is this such an appropriate way of becoming in touch with how we human?
a circle ritual if we have the choice, even if it's online and we're not really in person in circle, but on a flat screen. It creates a safe space where all voices can be heard and everyone can just speak from themselves, and there is no discussion, no debate. After every person who speaks, it's again silent. So there's a lot of space to listen, to really listen to each other. And the presence of the group just holds all these voices, all the thoughts, all the emotions, without that we are getting lost in it. And then all the perspectives just have their own pace. And of course, this circle is really well guided. There's a introduction, so it's really held by Asaf, but also by several circle facilitators. And sharing like that, just from our humanity, makes that things can just find maybe a new place in ourselves. It's in some way healing, without that it's therapeutic or so, but it just gives more, like, it creates maybe a new space for a broader view on the world and more spaciousness in our own action.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Greet. So 2 words for those who are listening to this: really feel welcome. We are really looking forward to meet each other in this simple way of meeting each other as human beings. And at the same time, it feels quite an experiment in a world that is so shaken by conflict. So for those who are eager to come, or for those who dare, join us on the Day of the Human Rights on the online circle from 7 till 9:30.